Hello everybody and welcome to another Cry for Help. My name is Kelsey and this is my YouTube channel where I like to talk about a lot of things, but mostly knitting, crochet, and other sort of craft related activities. On today's video, we are filming another episode of an ongoing series here on my channel called WIP Roundup, in which I talk to you about all the varying projects I currently have on the needles at the start of the month and discuss my plans for finishing them, hopefully before the end of that month. So let's get into the projects. I'm going to start with the most boring one because that's probably the best for engagement, right guys? And that's just a quick update on a project we discussed last WIP Roundup that I am going to put on in hibernation. I have given up on finishing this by the original deadline we previously discussed, and instead we are putting this aside until further notice, and that is the Into the Hoods Knit Along by Laura Nelkin. This project, I just don't have time to work on it and work on all the other things I need to get done, so we are not going to be dividing our focus anymore, and I'm just going to put this in hibernation until after Christmas, and then I will pick this up and start working on it again. This yarn is Spooky Brat by Super Glow Fibers. It was their 2024 Halloween collection, so it's not available anymore. Ha ha ha. But other than that, I don't have much of an update. We are still currently on row 3. I have been spoiled for what the pattern looks like once it's finished, and I do like the end result, so I will continue working on it. Not that I have ever frogged and done something else with a yarn once I've already started the project. I tend to just see something through until the end. But that's where we stand on that in this moment. Let's then launch into the 2 Christmas presents I currently am working on. I have finished a couple Christmas presents, or I have not started one. But these are just the 2 I have on the needles at time of filming this video, so I will be discussing them in this video. And that is, and the first one of those is the Victoria Shawl by Sari Nordland. This scarf is for my aunt, and I am having so much fun making this scarf. I'm hoping to finish it today or tomorrow. It is just a joy. I have decided I really love lace. So many people at my knit shop are like, I hate lace, and I don't understand that. This is so much fun. It's not like cables where you need an extra tool to get something done. You just have the 2 needles in your hands and you're just knitting something together or yarning over, and it's so simple for me. And it's so much fun, and I just genuinely really love this project. It's so I am having so much fun with it. I am on the last chart repeat for the increases. I'm just going to start my 3rd row of chart repeats once I'm done filming this video, and then we will be on decrease rounds. I considered maybe adding an extra row of increases and decreases, and I decided I just didn't really want to worry about the yarn in that way, so we're just going to push forward with the pattern exactly as to pattern. But yeah, this is turning out really well, and I'm really loving it. The yarn I am using is Magpie Fibers Swanky Sock and Magpie Fibers Plume in the colorway Sugar and Spice, and I love the yarn too. It's such a joy to work with, and I would recommend the yarn. Now, the other Christmas present I want to discuss here real quick is the hat I am making for my dad, and that is the 1983 hat by Maxime Cyr. Currently, this is dropping all of its stitches. Hold, please. Currently, this is well underway. I believe I'll probably have this finished by Monday, assuming things continue at the rate that they are. I'm using Knit Picks Swish in the colorways Dusk, Gulfstream, and Gold, I believe is the yellow. I did modify the chart that is provided in pattern. In the pattern, there's like a 4th color. I just replaced the 4th color with the gold. It's only used in one spot, and I just didn't want to fuck with the 3 color work until I absolutely had to on the second half of the chart. So that's where we stand right now. I think it is turning out really pretty. Not that you can tell because it is very scrunched up on the needles, but it is also pretty big, so I do have faith that I'll fit my dad's enormous fucking noggin. So things are boding well for us here today in that project. Beyond these 2 Christmas presents, I have one other hat to make, and then I am intending on making an ornament for a Christmas gift exchange at work. I'm making a little tiny sweater because the theme is like your favorite things, and my favorite things are my hand knit sweaters and like knitting in general, and that's not exactly something I'm not gonna gift someone 5-inch likey wooden interchangeables. That seems a little too niche. So I'm gonna share the love a little bit and pass along a little handmade cheer. So let's get into sweaters. So the only sweater that I have actively started is the one you would have seen in my last couple of videos, and that is the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie made from Sego fibers, boucle, and just DK merino in the colorway Tea in Toast. You would also know if you watched the previous WIP Roundup that I had delusions of finishing this by Christmas Eve. That's not happening, sisters. I'm only halfway through the arm and shoulder increases. I do have to put this on a bigger cable because this cable is just way too small at this point. But we've given up on the deadline for this. Part of giving up on the deadline for this, we will also be discussing here in a second. But just with the amount of things I want to have done for Christmas, it's not happening. It's not happening. And I've accepted that, but it will be done at some point, and it'll be fun when it's done because it'll be just like a plain little brown sweater. And a brown sweater, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not exactly a person that has a lot of neutrals just hanging around in general. So a brown sweater will be a welcome accessory to add to my wardrobe. Also, I just realized in like 2 consecutive transitions, I took a drink of 2 different beverages, and I think it would be funny if in future videos I just took a different drink of a different cup of liquid every time I finish showing you a sweater. But no, I do have at least 3 different drinks surrounding me at all time. All of which have a different purpose and satisfy a different craving. So, the final thing I want to talk about in this WIP Roundup is something I haven't technically casted on the actual project, but I did do a swatch, and I broke a rule. Because last year around Christmas, I signed up for not 1, but 2 test crochet projects, and hated myself for doing that. And I said I would never sign up for a test project during the holiday season again. And guess what I did? I signed up for another test knit. The deadline for this is February 1st, so I actually really need to start this. And maybe once I make some project progress on the scarf today, I'll just sit down and like cast it on so I feel a little bit better. But I have been selected to test for the Terra cardigan by Joanna Finn. I don't remember. It's on the screen. You'll see it there. And I am doing that in Biches and Bouches Les Lambs wool. Technically the pattern calls for you to hold 2 strands of Les Petites Lambs wool together, but I had this already in stash, which is part of the reason I was like, oh, I'll just sign up because I don't have to buy yarn for it or anything, and it'll be a neutral-ish cardigan. So, I'm actually really looking forward to working on this cardigan though, because the stitch pattern is a lot of fun to work with. It's very simple and it's just so much fun, and it does not translate well to camera, but this swatch is actually so pretty. The colorway I'm working with is Candy or Bonbon, depending on the language you are speaking. And it's like gray, but it is infused with like strands of different colors, and it's just so beautiful, and it's like so perfect. And I am really just looking forward to working with this and having this, because it's just gonna make a beautiful final garment, even though I kind of hate myself for doing that to myself over the Christmas season. But you know, things happen for a reason, right? But yeah, so that is what I have for WIPs at this current moment. If you are currently having a heart attack about all the things you have to have done by Christmas. Oh wait, no it's not. And then the final thing that I totally forgot, which bodes well, is that I am still struggling through my Cuff Club October socks. I have done the heel flap on both socks, but I have yet to decrease the gusset. And it's just, I'm just trying to get finished with gift knits before I turn my attention back on this. One of the Christmas socks is just definitely not happening. Like I'm still deluding myself into thinking it's gonna happen, but one of the Christmas socks I feel like might fall to the wayside. Unfortunately. I did wind the yarn for the Trim the Tree socks. I don't know if the other ones I discussed in my Christmas plans are gonna work out, but you'll hear about it if they did. So that's it for this video. Those are all the WIPs I've currently got on the needles. If you are also panicking about all the things you have to get done in time for Christmas, let me know what you are panicking about in the description down below. If you have any questions about the things I am working on, I will do my best to answer them as well. If you like this video, please like it, and maybe also consider subscribing, because as I said before, this is a series on my channel, and if you liked this video, there's gonna be another one just like it coming out next month, in the month of January. So that is it from me. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and just a schedule updating going forward. Is that because it is December and that is allegedly a good time for YouTube viewership, I am planning on posting a video every Wednesday going up until the end of the month. So yeah, subscribe for that as well, because I am excited about the videos I'm planning on posting, and I just in general think I am delightful. So that's it for today's video. I hope to see you again sometime in the future, because I will do my very best to live long enough to see you again through the power of the internet. Have a great day. Bye-bye.